I'm your personal wingman. Give me a call if you need any more help. I'll check on you next week. So it's a very compassionate, empathetic relationship we want to build with the pilot corps.
Yeah,
We've seen that great dividends with that cold calling.
Excellent. You brought up an interesting question, and on my last video, I spent probably the last third of the video talking about the why behind the potential why behind the Air India crash, and talking about reaching out in a compassionate way to our fellow pilots. And I said years ago, this is 35 years ago, I was flying with a student. I was on active duty with the Navy as an instructor. This student was a great pilot, really good, sharp. And then the last flight I had with this guy was 6 o'clock in the morning brief. He just was distracted. He wasn't there. I couldn't put my finger on it, but something was wrong. You know what I'm talking about? That you can't quite pin down what's wrong with this guy today. We went up flying. He couldn't do any of his maneuvers. He was just totally distracted. And I just, on a whim, turned to him and said, "Hey, is everything okay?" And when I did, he just started to cry. And so I took the airplane. I said, "Hey, I got the airplane. Tell me what's going on, man." And he described that he'd been up until 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 hours before the brief, with his dad on the phone. And his dad had been trying to take his own life, harm himself. And so you talk about a pressure cooker on a personal level, and then 3 hours later, he's trying to go get evaluated in an airplane. So I said to him, I said, "Hey, look, we're going to pretend like today never happened, right? We're going to fly back. We're going to go up and talk to the ops chief. You're going to get a week off at least. We're going to get you the time off that you need. Go take care of your family business. Let's get your life straightened out." Those are the more important things in life, right? And it went just like that. He got all the help he needed. His dad got all the help he needed. It had a really nice outcome. But it started with a simple question of, "Hey, how you doing?" And so I'm encouraging on this video, as you are, and the last video, the pilots that are listening to this, work it into your pre-flight brief sometime before you take off to look at your fellow pilots and just say, "Hey, how you doing?" 99 times out of 100, you're probably going to get, "Oh, I'm fine." Okay. Dig a little deeper and say, "No, I'm serious. Are you okay today? You know, everything going all right at home?" And if it is, they'll probably ask you the same question. You can have a nice conversation and off you go. But every once in a while, you're going to get somebody that goes, "Are you serious? Do you mean it?" And then you're going to start a conversation, and you might want to put a time out to go and fly in that day. And that, I think that's an important, your thoughts on that?
I totally support those questions that you asked the young students or other people you're flying with. How's it going?